Anyhow, hey, we've got Gabriela Martinez with us from the city of Santa Clarita. Gabriela, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Yeah, well, wait till the interview's over, then we'll see. You're gonna walk out and go, "Don't ever put me with those two guys again."
Oh boy.
No, I'm
And
happy
it's
to
all,
be here.
and it's all his fault. His name is Menji. So
Oh wow.
if it goes,
Direct all your
There
complaints
you
to
go.
Joe. Yeah.
if they go sideways, it's his fault. Anyway, you're a communications specialist, and we're going to talk about the Parenting for Prevention program, which I think is a great idea. Being a member of the school board, any help that we can get, or any help our kids can get, and our parents can get in helping to raise their kids healthy and in a good environment. And,
Yeah, we were just talking about gentle parenting here in the last segment where
I think I was more like making fun of gentle parenting.
the idea is to try to parent without punishment, which I'm not sure will go so well with some of this topic that we're going to go into right
But when
here.
you get in front of the judge, I'm sure he'll be very gentle.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
sentencing you for robbing a local store. But anyway, this is more centered around. I don't want to say drug abuse, but keeping parents aware of drug issues and how the kids get pulled into that. The social media kind of influence on them. Why don't you give us the 80,000-foot view of what the program's about?
Yeah, so the Parenting for Prevention program is an initiative to help parents have the resources and tools to talk to their children about drug use, the drug awareness message. And the Parenting for Prevention initiative stems from the Define SCV program that we have here, the drug-free youth program that we have. And that program we have that flowing in the elementary, junior high, high schools. And our staff members, they create assemblies for them. And clearly is just to help them know what's going on, what happens to your body if you do drugs, what happens to your mind, your brain, your lungs. But the Parenting for Prevention program is geared directly to parents to have these resources. So we thought, hey, our parent meetings, we need to change things up a little bit. We noticed that parents were streaming our parent meetings online. So we thought we're going to meet parents where they're at. So now we have all of our tools and resources available on our social media platforms on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now we have our very own First City podcast. And it's the
Whoa.
Parenting for Prevention podcast, and it's both in English and in Spanish. So all of our content's available at City of Santa Clarita on all of the different social media platforms, and at Ciudad de Santa Clarita on our Spanish social media platforms on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. And wait. How much does this all cost?
What do you mean, how much?
To the parent? Or to
To access all this stuff?
No,
Workshops.
it's completely free.
There it is.
Yes,
That's
it's
what I was
free.
getting at. That it is a free
Is that the
thing.
price you were looking for?
Yeah,
Is
that
that-
completely free. You don't have to worry about, oh, man, that sounds expensive though. I got to go to a class. I got to do this. No, completely free. So there's no excuse to
Yeah,
go
and
and
it's
load up on that information there.
Available at a click of a button on our social media platforms, going to live there forever.
Yeah. So there you go. All of the parenting prevention programs, those resources, all available at really nice, accessible points there.
And we have some special guests on our podcast. We have Deputy Martinez from the local
Right.
sheriff station. We have Dr. Malika from our local school districts, and also Jocelyn Yep from the Child and Family Center.
Right.
And they all bring some insightful information. So I highly recommend that whoever's listening to us, that tune in to our podcast on our social media platforms, available on our YouTube if they want to listen and watch the whole entire video at City of Santa Clarita.
Now you mentioned fentanyl, or you didn't. It's being mentioned in the drug world, and most parents don't know that it's not a drug that one orders. Like some of the other stuff that the kids are doing. It's actually been mixed in with some of the drugs. It's supposedly
Yeah.
to help hook the kids faster, but it doesn't take much for it to become an actual overdose scenario. We had 33 deaths attributed to this in 22, 23. And I think, though, we were one of the few cities that got out in front of it, acknowledged that we had an issue with it, and worked hard with the city, the sheriff's department, and the school districts to make it happen. You already had an event on the 15th of October, and I don't know. I think you had said earlier that you weren't at that particular event, but did you get any feedback? Have you heard any
Yes.
feedback from it and information?
It was in Spanish, and it was a full house, 50 attendees. And the one question was, how do I know if my child is doing drugs? And that's a question that Deputy Martinez answers in the podcast. And he says, these are the signs. Dr. Malika goes in depth and also shares some of the symptoms and signs to be aware of what to look out for. And it's super important now that we have this platform that we will continue inviting experts to our podcast to share some insightful information so that parents can be aware of what's going on, because quite frankly, these drugs, they're available on the streets. They're going into the schools. How is that happening? So having a plan for their children, like, I need to make sure that my child is going into school, he's making it in there, and when he comes out, I need to make sure that he makes it home safely. So it's very alarming.
Well, they're ordering those drugs like they're ordering pizza, frankly, and we've kept up on this too. Snapchat is the best delivery service there is out there. So if your kids got Snapchat on their phone, maybe you should wipe it.
I went down this rabbit hole last year when it comes to Snapchat and fentanyl, and it is there are so many moving parts to it that it almost feels almost like a conspiracy theory, but it's not.
No.
Because of just how many moving parts there are, and it just, these numbers are insane when it comes to they say the fentanyl crisis is the right word for it. There are
And
deaths
I truly
happening.
believe that our children are not mentally or emotionally equipped
You're right.
for the pressure that they have at this moment on social media. It's like the pressure to be a certain person, to do a certain thing, to dress a certain way. They're not ready for it, and they're on social media at such a young age that parents need to know what's going on, what they're looking at, and who they're contacting and communicating with.
So more and more, and I love it. He and I tease each other about it, but it's more and more now. It's not a babysitter. It's not really even a tool for them anymore. It's almost like a drug in and of itself. And they talk about screen time and what it does to the biology of these kids, and kids that are on it so many hours a day actually have physical changes to the brain as to how they function and work things through. So they need to do a little bit more homework on that kind of stuff. Gabriela, it's been great having you here. If people want more information on this program, how they find it?
Yes, please follow our social media pages at City of Santa Clarita. Also, follow our Spanish social media pages if everyone would like to find some information in Spanish at Ciudad de Santa Clarita. And thank you so much for listening. And I just really hope that our parents and guardians out there know exactly what's going on in the Santa Clarita Valley, and we're doing our very, very best to share this information.
And the next one is at Golden Valley in January. We'll have you on before that so we can let people know about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Trending SUV here at KHTS, your KHTS morning show, AM 1220, FM 98.1. Back with you in a few minutes with a Dodgers almost wrap up, right? Maybe.
I think.
Sorta. Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see if he's still here.